Neil, congratulations. Obviously a big win over a legend of the sport. What's the feel after picking up a win like that?
Man, it's like a bittersweet moment. I mean, knowing the kind of legacy Robbie Lawler carries in the sport, it feels amazing. The respect that I have for him is kind of disappointing, beating your hero, so to speak. But at the end of the day, I'm happy with the performance, and I'm excited to see what this does for my career.
Yeah. I don't think it was hard to see going in that, the clinch would probably be good for you and staying at range would be good for you. But did you know that top position and grappling was going to be as big of a part of the game as it was?
I did not anticipate that. It was more so really just engaging the grappling initially, just to kind of slow him down and be able to see his power punches from further away. But once I realized I had so much success going on the ground, I just ran with it.
Nice. The third round, it seemed like maybe you kind of opened up a little bit at that time. I mean, was that any adjustments that was made? Did you just want to change things, or was that something he did?
No, I mean, a lot of times you're going for like body locks and that kind of thing. You get pretty slick in there. So I didn't want to be in a position that I was trying to force the takedown and have him slip away and up in a bad position. So I really just started focusing more on the range and sitting on my shots from the outside.
And give me the feel in the third round as well, because you're clearly ahead on the cards, right? But here's this guy we all know can land one shot and put your lights out. So what's the mindset like as you're in there, kind of trying to cruise a little bit but stay safe? What is it?
Yeah, I mean, it's Robbie Lawler's one of those guys when you fight, you can't necessarily just go in cruise control. He's dangerous at any given moment with any given technique. So I really had to put the pressure on and still be tactical as far as how I was moving around the cage, not to give him any openings and win that fight.
And last thing for me, 2020 is going pretty well for you so far. I know you're not the calling out type guy or anything like that, but it seems like you're consistently underrated and maybe not given the chances that you deserve. So what is it you feel you deserve right now? What do you want after this win streak that you put together?
I definitely think this is a top 10 performance to get me a top 10 opponent before the year is over and keep moving forward towards the title shot going into 2021. But it's just one of those weird things in MMA right now. Everyone feels entitled to fight certain people and that kind of thing, but I honestly do not care. If I have to fight number 1 through 10 in order to get a title shot, I'm ready and willing to do that. So just line them up. I'm ready to go.
Hey, Neil. Speaking of call-outs and stuff, after your fight, Jeff Neal actually called you out and said he'd like to meet you next. Now, he's not quite ranked number 10. He's ranked number 11. But is that the sort of guy you'd be okay with meeting?
Yeah, let's go. I mean, he was the one that was scheduled to fight for this fight. And that's kind of a frustrating thing going into this fight. Robbie Lawler's a guy that was on my radar for years. I mean, it popped on my Facebook a couple of weeks ago that I was actually, when he was the champion, I was one of the guys that was in a group to potentially fight him. It was me, Damian Maia, and Carlos Condit at the time. So I knew what I was capable of against a guy like Robbie Lawler. It was just frustrating that it took this long to finally get that fight. And the thing that goes with the fight like that now is everyone wants to say he's past his prime. He fought too late. He fought bad. No, I fought well. I went out there and did what I knew I could do against a guy like Robbie Lawler, whether it was tonight or 5 years ago. But fighting Jeff Neal, I think, secures it for me. Let me know I can take out these guys that are on hot win streaks and younger guys as well.
Talking of Robbie Lawler, you've had a long career. We talk about the wins at welterweight and stuff like that. Is he the best name on your resume now?
At this point, yeah. I mean, what he's accomplished in the sport, how long ago he was a champ and that kind of thing. He's definitely one of the highest guys that I've beaten so far in my career.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Neil, over here. Right here.
Hey.
So you're 3 in a row, 3 out of 3, undefeated since that year and a half off, man. I've been hearing so many amazing things from your teammates saying, man, Neil is the man. Nobody works harder than him. Is that what you can attribute to this amazing success? If so, what else? What else have you done that's making you like Neil Magny 2.0?
Man, there's been a lot of things that happened over the last year for me. I mean, with the birth of my son, growing my family, having a solid coaching staff around me, just the motivation I have day in and day out going into the gym, I feel like it's been working in my favor and giving me that motivation I need to get these wins together.
Excellent. How do you feel you fit into the top 10? I mean, I think it's clear that you deserve to be there. Do you feel like you should fight someone ranked ahead of you next? Or?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I can't think of someone else as fighting the guys that I'm fighting this year and as active as I was this year. So, in my opinion, I definitely feel like I should be fighting one of those guys in the top 10 right away. But like I said earlier, if I had to fight number 10 through 1 to get there, just line them up. Don't waste my time. I'm ready to do it now.
Who are some of the people that helped you for this camp? Because you looked really good out there.
Man, Christian Allen really pulled this together. I mean, he's my striking coach. But like I said, it's this entire coaching staff just comes together and everyone's doing their part. I mean, I had a different strength conditioning coach going into this training camp, and we really focused on the power and strength aspect of this fight. And in those clinches and those exchanges, I felt great against Robbie Lawler. I felt like I was a stronger man, I was the bigger man in there, and that really paid off as well. Cody Donovan putting our ground system together, Dave Zabriskie putting our wrestling together. I feel like across the board, I just made strides, and it's because of the guys in my corner.
Absolutely. You look very composed in there. Your fight IQ looks like it's off the charts, so keep it up. Congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Neil, right here. Jim
Cool.
Grieshaber, cage side seat. Just a quick one about your mindset and how you're different as a fighter now, how much so than you were before. The 1.5 year layoff, what changed, and how do you see things differently and approach things differently in there now?
The biggest thing for me is just that attitude going into the cage. Before it's like, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to try to win the fight. I'm going to try to get this done. Right now, I just took that excuse away. I'm not going to go out there and try. I'm going to go out there and get it done. And if I come up short, screw it. I'll get back to the drawing board and I'll figure it out. But my attitude going into the cage now is getting it done. It's not just trying and attempting. It's actually getting it done and getting my hand raised.
What about the time away and some of the things that maybe you focused on to give yourself a different perspective as you got a little bit older and advanced in your career?
Yeah, so the time away really helped me because when you're fighting so often, it's real easy to just kind of go with what works and not really address any of the weaknesses or things you can improve on. The time away really forced me to do that. I mean, one of my coaches literally said, like, hey, you're like Batman with like 18 utility belts on right now. How about you set down 12 of those utility belts and focus on the 6 things you do well? And that's kind of been the focus going into 2020. Like, I know I can do a variety of different things in this sport, in this cage, in this game, but what do I need to be successful in each fight and bring those tools to the cage?
What about your son? How much has being a dad to him changed you over this amount of time?
Man, it's amazing. I keep joking, saying that I just secured his college fund tonight, but that's definitely a motivation for me. I mean, I didn't have a father growing up, so being in a position now that I have a son, I don't want to leave him with. I don't want to not leave him with everything that I didn't have. So every opportunity I have to provide for him, I want to take full advantage of it.
Thank you, man. Congrats.
Thank you so much. Cool. Awesome, guys. Have a good night.
Alex, congratulations on your victory. I'm sure you would have liked to get a finish, of course, but it's a very, very dominant decision. So how did you feel about your performance tonight?
Thank you. I feel very good. I told in my interviews this week I need to make a statement, and I'm not going to rush a finish. If the finish come, it come. If not, my goal is to make a great performance, and this was happen. In the third, I think I dropped him. I follow up, but then I knew Anthony's a tough guy. He can take a beating, and I didn't want to spend my energy. I was secured, and that was all the game plan, to get a dominant victory.
The leg kicks were very, very effective. Did you know that was going to be a big part of the game plan, or was it just working right away and you stuck with it?
I mean, me and my coaches watched Anthony's fights, and he didn't check the kicks, especially the low kicks, especially the fight against Volkan. I watched it many, many times. I watched it now in the preparation for Anthony, and I watched it in the preparation for Volkan. So I watched this fight a million times, and he didn't check the kicks. And he also said after the fight, man, Volkan hits hard, but I guess I hit harder. And this was one of the game plan, to throw the kicks, to slow him down, and then to choose where we're gonna fight and how the fight gonna end.
And you controlled the position throughout the fight, but obviously you weren't able to open up a whole lot with punches or submissions. Was that credit to him and just how dangerous he is off his back, or what was the reason that you couldn't open up maybe as much as you'd like?
We knew Anthony's a great grappler. I felt it on the ground. This guy knows how to grapple. He was dangerous the whole fight, but I worked a lot on my grappling and my wrestling, and especially to putting pressure on him. I made him really tired. I heard in the first, second, and the third how he was breathing heavy. So I put the plan was to don't rush and to don't go for the submissions. If it gave me something really, really, then I'm gonna go for it. But the goal was to dominate, to put pressure, and to win. That's all.
Clearly, this was a big fight for you. At the end, you kind of got up and showboated a little bit. I'm sure it was an emotional moment. I mean, do you regret doing that at all? Do you enjoy it, putting on a show? What do you think?
Yeah, a little bit. I love to do a little bit show. But only if I deserve it, and I think I deserve to put a show like this. I saw the clock and I saw 7 seconds left, so I go I'm gonna stand up, celebrate a little bit, because he was already done. He was already done. He didn't even want to stand up. Then he stood up. And it's a fight business. But we want also to give something for the audience.
Last thing for me, I know you feel like you're ready for a title fight. I think some people might say they want to see you in a 5-round fight first. What would you say to that criticism, or maybe just anybody that says, hey, that wasn't enough, you've got to show me more?
I made a great performance tonight, and I think I'm the next for the title. But if the UFC want to see me in a 5-round fight, they can do it. I was preparing for a 3-round fight, but put this great performance tonight, and I could go another 2 rounds with no problems. So I was ready for 5. Can you imagine when I getting ready for a 5-round fight, which pace this is? It's amazing, and we're gonna see what the UFC plans for me next. I'm gonna be ready. It's gonna getting very interesting right now. Jan Reyes, Thiago Glover. We're gonna see what happened.
Alexander over here. When you knocked him down with the leg kicks early on, I think it was the first round, he kind of started to turtle up a little bit. Were you thinking maybe he's quitting and to finish him there, or what was your thought?
I think this was the beginning of the end, and I hit him really hard. And I know how hard I hit. I know my coaches, when they hold pads for me, that's not easy for them. And I know I hit him really, really hard, in the first. So, this was only the time came when I'm gonna knock him down in the third. He was expecting in the second and the third I'm gonna throw a lot of leg kicks. but I didn't because I want to mix things up. And yeah, but these kicks, I've been working a lot in the last months. I lost that a little bit in my last fight. I was in my last fight against Volkan, I did only boxing, but this was even enough for him. But I told everybody, you know, you're going to see a different Alexander Rakic on Saturday night.
Absolutely. When he was hurt like that, you would think maybe the thing to do is to force him to get up. And a lot of the commentators were saying, hey, this is Lionheart's chance. This is the chance for Smith that Alexander is going to stay on the ground with him. Did you think for a minute not to go to the ground? Or may I ask, why did you decide to go to the ground and possibly give him a chance to do something in his weakened condition that may be in his wheelhouse, like grappling?
I mean, this was in the first round, right? I dropped him. And I went on the ground and I thought, why to let him up? Because I'm going to secure the round. I'm going to make some damage. And anyways, in the second round, we're going to start in the standing position. And I'm going to hit him again and again and again. So, you know, it doesn't matter if I let him up, you know. He knew what's going to come. After the 3-4 kicks, he knew, okay, I'm going to kick. Maybe he's going to switch stances, you know. Right. So I played secured. But anyways, I knew in the second round, if I hit him a couple more times, he's going to fall down again. But then I changed, make things up, you know.
Last question. Out of all the other guys that are out there, Glover, Teixeira, Blachowicz, Dominic Reyes, who do you think would be the most exciting fight for you that would make you the most interested and excited?
I think the hardest challenge would be for me Dominic Reyes. He fought a very good fight against John Jones. Very good fight. He's fighting now for the title against Jan. They both guys deserve the title shot. They do a very good job in the cage. And I think he is going to be my toughest challenge. But, I mean, Thiago, Glover, and Jan are very, very strong athletes, you know, and they are here in the top for a reason. So these are only small details. But we are in the highest level of the world. So, yeah. I would say Dominic would be my toughest challenge yet.
Real quick, I have neighbors who are Serbian. They're very happy that you won.
Yeah, I mean, I need to thank not only Serbia, I need to thank the whole Balkan, Croatia, Bosnia, Montenegro. You know, my parents are from there and I've been born and raised in Vienna, but my blood is from Serbia. And I get so much support from them. I need to give him something back. And I told the people there, I have a surprise for you, and my surprise is that I compete for the Serbian flag, you know, because I'm so thankful for the support.
Absolutely. Congratulations.
Thank you.